Thank you everyone for tuning in and watching this video, this short clip on how to use a doodah on a nasty fender dent. Here we have a Volkswagen GTI with a gnarly dent through a couple body lines and the edge of the panel. What I use here is the doodah. And the reason why I use it is because it's very quick and very accessible underneath through the panel. Now, the tip that I use on this damage is a round, soft ball. With the doodah, it has your usual thread tip that you can put any tip you want, but in this case I always use a rubber ball. What I do is I get it in there and I go directly to that body line. And if you notice on the dent itself, it has a lot of crowns above the body line. Now what happens with the doodah, with the leverage, is that as I'm pushing as hard as I can on that body line, with no heat, I'm actually bringing up that body line and pulling the crown, the majority of the crown, back towards the body line. This happens really quick. This dent actually took about 15 to 20 minutes to complete, and that was with stopping and editing different shots with my camera using 2 different camera angles. Now when I get in there and I see my tip immediately, and I immediately start pushing on that body line. Now you'll see here there's strong pushes coming out, which means I'm pushing really hard on that body line without any occurrence of cracked paint or anything like that. And in the process, like I said, the crown starts softening up and pulling towards the lows. Now you could see me here starting to move it around because I'm actually moving towards the smaller dent in front of it. And what we call this is meeting the dent out. I'm getting the large portion of this dent out so I could go in and refine some knockdowns and then come back with a sharper tip tool, which actually was a rubber tip as well, but just a small chair rail tip to finesse it and get those lows out. Now you're never going to use a doodah to finish a dent, or you can, but I don't. I use it to get the meat of the dent out immediately, thus taking the time away from multiple pushes. Here you could actually see the fender flexing with the force that's coming from the doodah. Now here, after that's the rubber tip. After that, I'm showing a little pan shot of what I have after meeting it up, and this is what I mean by meeting it up. I got the center, the sharpness out. Now this is all just finish work at this point. This is that last 20%, I would say. So I come in and I get those low spots out that the big round ball is not going to pick out. I get in there, I pick those out, knock down my crowns, knock down my high spots, and then reset and keep the dent smooth throughout the whole process. That's just me showcasing that I'm filming it. Coming in, knocking down the crowns a little bit more to soften up my next row of pushes, which are going to be on that body line. I switched to a sharper tip. That was an R4 cherry tip, and now this is a peak knockdown made by Dent Technologies. A little bit more video footage, and you can see here I got the sharpness of that front dent out and the sharpness on the body line is out. Now all I have to do is a whole bunch of knockdown and really quick, and bring up a few more lows to make the dent consistently smooth throughout the damage. Here I go with my cherry tip R4 again, and this was a quick knockdown session. Back to the peak to get the higher highs out. A little bit more precision work with the peak knockdown. And the finished product coming up right here. The doodah is available in the US at magnatechmat.com. You can follow the link at the bottom.
Feel like she's alive. Don't give him hollers, 'cause there's no one that can take this guy. But there's a mystery that makes girls believe if it by